Hey there, I am going to show you how to make Whole30 compliant mayonnaise because the jarred stuff is shitty for you. It's got chemicals, sugar, canola oil, that kind of crap in it. And you could use this mayonnaise for a lot when you're on Whole30 and for the kids. And you don't have to be doing Whole30 to eat healthy mayonnaise. So I was going to try a double recipe. So I have 2 eggs, but I'm nervous about wasting 2 cups of oil if it doesn't work, because I've never seen a recipe that is larger than 1 batch, which is a cup of oil and an egg. So I'm gonna just do 2 separate batches. Immersion blender is essential. Some kind of narrow jar that the immersion blender can fit all the way into the bottom is also essential. The container for the bullet works great. So I'm gonna make a batch in here and a batch in here, and then just put it in containers to keep in the fridge. The egg, from what I've read, it works best when the egg is room temperature. So you could just put it in a bowl of warm water for 10 minutes or so and warm it up. And you also need olive oil, coconut oil, or avocado oil. I read that regular extra virgin olive oil may make your mayonnaise taste bitter. So I have been using light tasting olive oil. And I also read you could use fractionated coconut oil, which is the liquid kind, but I haven't tried that. I'm just gonna stick with what I've done and what I have. The other thing you need is a teaspoon of lemon juice. You could use fresh lemon juice, or you could use a teaspoon of vinegar. I think you just need that acid in there. All right, so what you do, you start with a yolk. And no, sorry. Oh crap. Start with an egg. Some recipes call for just a yolk. So I found that wasteful. So I found recipes that use the whole egg, and I'm happy with how they work. So let's try this again. An egg, because what's a kitchen recipe or experiment without me messing up? The egg, 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, half a teaspoon of salt. I use kosher salt, or sea salt would work just fine, but I only have the coarse ground, or the coarse green Himalayan pink sea salt, so there we go. Start with just that. You're gonna take your immersion blender, put it all the way down to the bottom. You're gonna turn it on until it starts to thicken. You want to emulsify or I just break up the egg yolk. Sorry, I may say a few things wrong, but add a little bit of oil. Apparently oil and egg doesn't like to mix, so you need to force it to emulsify with the immersion blender. When I first started making this, I thought you had to get it thick to mayonnaise consistency during this step, and I would blend for minutes and thought it was a fail. But then I realized after you start adding more oil, it does start to thicken up and start to look like mayonnaise. You can have fails, it might not work, but I think once you get the hang of it and you're using the right ratio of ingredients, the right container and an immersion blender, you'll get it. So let's try this. So it's already starting to thicken up. I don't know if you could tell, but I'm pretty excited. I'm using my Apple Watch so I could watch it on my wrist as I make the video. just stopped. Oh, there we go. It's lagging a little. Look at that. Beautiful. So, a little bit at a time. So I just realized I forgot the mustard. Another ingredient is half a teaspoon of dry mustard or Dijon mustard. I'm just grabbing that. I ran out of dry mustard the other day, so now I'm using Great Poupon Dijon. You know, if you're making a lot of this and it's mainly going to be a mix-in for other dishes, then I don't know how picky you have to be. If it's on sandwiches, you know, you really taste the mayonnaise, but I think this is essential for Whole30 to have this around because egg salad is a fantastic meal. Tuna salad, chicken salad, ranch dressing, sriracha, all kinds of dressings that you could, Caesar salad dressing, you know, all kinds of things. So it's great to have this around. All right. I got it in. It's really starting to thicken up nice. I was really hoping this would be a quicker video. See that? Also note, I had 2 cups of olive oil in here before I started because I'm making a double batch. So I'm at a half a cup. Most recipes say slowly add the first half a cup and then you could dump the other half a cup in all at once. So I just need to make sure, perfect, that I didn't put too much in. Oh yeah, this is nice. Perfect. And look at that. Mayonnaise. So last time I did Whole30, I had bought one Whole30 approved ranch dressing that I used on salad when I got tired of balsamic and vinegar, which is, I mean, balsamic and olive oil, which is pretty much what I eat on my salads all the time. So this time I am going to experiment with some homemade salad dressings that are Whole30 approved. Found a recipe for a dump ranch that I can't wait to try. So I'll probably use half of this batch for that. If you have any questions, give me a call.